Well, we are out here again at OSW with the K-Swap Cefiro build. Fresh off driving the Miata, pretty much back-to-back weekends competing. We got a lot of seat time in the Miata. Now we're going to drive this. And I've been debating on new build ideas for a more competitive comp car. And I'm kind of debating between turbo and V8 and a few things. So I really want to wring this thing's neck today for all reasons, just to really put it through its paces. We're going to be changing the trans setup anyway, so we might as well beat on her a little bit. So we pulled the camber completely out from the last time, so we have no camber. I'm going to try to start putting some grip to it. You know, I've been running like 35 psi in the tires the last two events. We're going to try to air down some, maybe try to tandem, see if we can keep up with some people. So this should be fun. I'm really excited. I love driving this car. It is just so fun to drive. So I'm gonna go out there and make some K noises and pops and bangs. Also, we got Chrissy and a bunch of her friends are out here that have never been in a drift car. I think Tabby's been in a drift car, but her kid hasn't. Her friend Randy hasn't. So we're gonna give a lot of people their first drift ride alongs too. So it should be a good time. All right, you ready? Come back and ride in the VR. Yes. It's way more intense. I mean, this is fun, but it's rowdy. All right, you ready? felt better about the temps this car runs at after the Miata, like how hot it was getting at clutch kickers. I'm like, okay, well, it's just that hot this time of year. Like, it's running about as cool as the Miata, which for a turbo car making like similar power, that's not bad. Maybe a lap left in them. So we're going to try to just stay on throttle, aired them down to like 12 psi so we have a little bit of grip. Did fill the catch can up, which is about 2 small water bottles. I think it's just, it doesn't ever fill up on the street or anything. I think it's just the oil getting so hot, doing lap after lap, and then the G-force. I think I just need to baffle it better. You can recline it if you want.
That'll be fine. Hold on to this.
All right, we got our second set of tires on. I've aired them down off the jump to like 13 PSI. Trying to hook this thing up, and it feels quick, dude. It's digging, and it feels so good. It is just so enjoyable to drive because of it being a turbo car. It's snappy. The one downfall is the power steering. It's a little lazy. You can't like flick the car. You got to kind of start steering and get it to start working first. That's one weak point, but the power band, this thing is just so exciting to drive. So we are pushing a lot of oil into the catch can. So the first dry event filled up the catch can, but I didn't have good baffling going on because of where I put the Motion Raceworks breathers. I couldn't use the built-in baffle. So I added some steel wool baffling. Next event, it was fine. I only filled the catch can maybe halfway with a bunch of street driving in a whole event. Filled it twice today. I think it's a mixture of it being so much hotter that the oil is definitely getting hot because you can just watch the pressure decrease as it gets hotter and hotter. And I'm running it a lot harder. I'm ripping it a lot harder. And we have more grip, so there's more G-force to load it up and to slosh the oil around versus it being set up real loose like it was before. So definitely something I got to address. I think part of it's the line's running downhill. If any oil does escape, it's not going back, you know, it's going to go down into the catch can. Yeah, so we'll have to revisit that. That's something that we'll need to work on. But other than that, the old girl is ripping good. She's honestly running pretty cool for how hot it is. Like, it's running a pretty similar temps to what my Miata would run, which is a naturally aspirated engine on E85. We're just on pump gas, so I'm jibber-jabbering on, but man, I'm just having a good time. This thing's fun to drive. It's fun giving everyone a ride along. So we're gonna go back out, try to marathon it, kill these tires. I've only got like an hour left of the private day, and I want to make use of them. So let's go drive some more. All right, well, I got to air these dead tires back up because we debeated, oh, it's in the trunk. We debeated the tires that were on here just so it goes in the trailer easy. But man, that was a true stress test. We did 4 laps. Car didn't have any time to cool down before we went back out, just beating the snot out of it. Temps held steady. The highest it got was 217. And like it's sitting here, it cooled down to 190 in like a couple minutes. So I'm super stoked, man. This is the first time I've put grip to the car and the first time I've really just beat it as hard as I want to. I've always held back a little bit because it's a street car, but we got to test the limits. We got to find the limits. So we got to address the catch can. I knew it was going to start overflowing by the end of that thrash session, but other than that, man, the old K-Swap Cefiro performed A1. I love this car, man. So it makes me happy. So anyway, that is going to be it for the drifting here today / this video. I hope to see you guys next time. We got work to do on this, the Miata, all the things, turbo truck. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Goodbye.